Hi all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting work using Uipath. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about performer. So in previous session, we have discussed how to prepare a dispatcher. Why do we need to keep a separate dispatcher? Why not an RE framework? So the pros and cons. So why actually we have to use in this way? So as I discussed on the earlier session, so if you keep a dispatcher in a separate module, so that several performer bot can be go ahead and picked on the particular queue item which is uploaded. So if you're using a dispatcher in your RE framework, so one by one the item will be added, so that it make things so difficult to get the items and work. So but still, at the end of this session, so we'll help you on how to work the dispatcher also within the RE framework, so you can go with your fit which will be helpful for you. So let me start configuring our config file so that you can start our session. So let's go here. Okay, I have opened so config file. So as I said before, we are not going to hard code anything. We are just going to keep each and every details in a config file so that we can access those data from the config file itself. No need to worry about those stuffs. So what actually we are going to do here? So just copy the ACME side which you are going to use. Okay, just go to the orchestrator and just create an asset and just paste this hyperlink over there, and then you can access this particular data in the asset column. So let me explain everything, so don't worry about as of now. Click on create new asset, ACME. Okay, ACME Uipath URL. Okay, since I have so many assets in the name of ACME URL, I just doing this. Okay, don't worry. You can name up to your convention. Just click on create. Okay, what I will do now, just come to the asset of a config file. Okay, just paste this one. Okay, perfect. And then you have to create a SHA on site. This is our requirement, right? So you got to know here. So what are the sites you are going to use? ACME site as well as SHA on online web page, which help you to get the hash key values. So go here, just click on new asset, SHA1 online site. Okay, let's just rename this one. Perfect. Just paste the URL over here. Okay, just copy this name, click on create, and then just place the asset over here in the asset column of a config file. Okay, that's it. Perfect. So you have placed your asset over here now, and then you have created the assets. So what actually you are going to do? So you are not going to hard code any values inside the RE framework. So you're just going to take the values from the config file. So let's see if the particular URL has been changed. Okay. So what I can do, you no need to go to the code, and no need to change there actually. So you can go to the assert and you can change the URL, and then you can keep the name as same. Okay. So in that way it will work actually. So that is the main concept of using a config file, which help you automation to attain the changes very easily, and it's so scalable and then helpful the developer to make the effort as a minimum one. Okay, so we have just use. So these are the three column settings where you can keep your all settings, which is queue name. Okay, and then so constants is nothing but the constant values, which is delay. So if particularly default delay, it should be 5 seconds. You can keep here delays. Okay, and then for an example, once the process is done, we have to mail anyone, so you can keep those things are as a constant to CC and each and every mail description over here. Okay, so assets which help you to maintain only the asset, which is the URL, the folder paths. Those things will be help to attain here. Okay, and then just go here quickly. Okay, so one more thing. So you can name it as the convention which you needed to call inside the framework. Okay, so the name, it's actually works in a dictionary way, key pair value. Okay, so as a key pair value, in the value of name, what actually you are keeping, so it's going to be used in the framework, inside the framework, inside your flow. and the value which is belong here is which is placed in the asset. Okay, this is the main thing. So here you can name it as you needed. Okay, CME URL, and then we make it a SHA1 URL. Okay, so you can keep any names. Okay, the name in the name column which you are keeping in the naming convention which going to be used in the flow. Okay, got the things right. Okay, perfect. So till now we have used our like browsers. What actually we are using. Okay, so these two browsers are using. So we are going to log in. Okay, going to do some things. Okay, before that let me show you one more thing. Okay, let me go here one second. Sorry, in the documents, Uipath. Okay, so that is called as something called as credentials. Okay, get credential app. So in previous frameworks actually it has plays the role, but as of now I guess they have removed from framework. This get app credential will help you to get the credential. Okay, get the credential from the orchestrator. Okay, so why actually I was keeping here, when you just go to initialization part. Okay, inside the initialization part. Okay, just click on, just go down. Sorry, my bad. So just go here. Okay, open here. So it is a init all settings, right? It is going to set. It is going to set everything in a configurable way. So once you scroll down here, you'll be not able to find the assets in the name. So credential activity. So you can see only the asset activity, right? So which is help you to get only one input and one output. Okay, not a two output. So credential we need a two output, right? So we need a credential also for this automation, correct? So they didn't initially kept for credential. So what actually we have to do? So we have to add that step. Okay, so this is a predefined files which is previously there in Uipath framework which they have provided. Just copy this one. Okay, don't worry, I will just provide this file as well. You can get from the GitHub. Just go here inside the framework. Okay, just paste it over here. That's it. Okay, previously in previous frameworks they have this, but actually I'm not sure why they have removed this particular workflow. Let's go here, Uipath Studio. Just save this and just refresh once. So that you can inside the frameworks you can see your file got loaded. Yeah, it is there, right? Perfect. So the next thing. So let me start from start. Okay. So in initialize state we are going to configure one by one. Okay. Don't worry about so this system exception nothing which indicate that initially the very beginning there is no system exception. Okay, config is nothing, so this is going to read the config file. Okay, config file, what the file actually we have doing here. Okay, so init all settings, what actually it will do, it will help you to read your entire config file, correct? So so like yesterday I have explained, right? So it will read the entire config file, the out.config, which is nothing but taken as a key pair value, which I said. Okay, so dictionary, so it will read the entire config file. You can see something called as argument here. Okay, the setting constant, these are the sheet names which they have provided as the input. Okay, they are what actually they are doing, they are not using the one more read range activity. Instead of that they just making it as an array, and then just they are iterating. Okay, got the things right? So they're just making it an array in config sheets. Okay, they're making the array and then they are started iterating it. Okay, initially there's sheet one. So what is the first value? It will be settings. So what actually it will do in settings, it will take the read region settings and then for each config which help you to read the Excel. Okay, so in you can see something called as DT settings. Okay, so it will copy the value to row. Okay, what actually it will do? Out config of row name. Okay, name dot toString dot trim equal to row of value. What actually it mean? So here you can see something called as name. What actually it will do? So the what the value which you are keeping here, it will make the it will assure that this particular value has been copied to this particular variable which is here name. Okay, that is the thing actually here done here. Okay, so what actually they are assigning the values for this particular name. Okay, where what are the values which are declared in here? Okay, So the same thing is copied in the asset as well. Okay, so they have just made an asset directly. They given the value. The same thing you can see here, name and then value, right? So perfect. So this is all init all settings which will be provided initially. Okay, let me do one more thing. So which is get credential. Okay, right? Get credential. Just drag this, drop this get credential over here. Okay. So just click on import. Okay. So if you just go inside this, you may be getting lots and lots of errors due to the compatibility issue. Okay, don't worry about those things. We can just make it as fix. So when you started working, so you may be facing these things so many. Okay, so like the person who worked on a like Uipath Studio version may be differ with the Uipath version which you are working. So this will cause this particular missing or invalid activity. What actually? How to fix this actually? Just click on Manage Package. Okay, go here. Just enter this Uipath.credential. Okay, so this is a credential activity, correct? So Uipath.credential. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah, perfect. So what actually you have to do? You have to change the version to 1.6 that 13204. Okay, just click on install. Okay, just click on save. Perfect. So once it has been installed and the dependency has been added to our particular framework, okay. So soon after this error will be gone and you can see the activity what actually has been placed over there. Okay, so why I have the UiPath as made in this framework? Because to make the framework very light. Okay, so whenever if you need any dependency, you can go to the manage package, you can download it. So it will not increase your size of your XAML file also, right? So in that purpose, they have designed in a such a way that if you need a package, you can go ahead and download the particular package. So it started adding dependency now. So let's wait for some time still. Yeah, I guess you can see now, right? So it has been added. Perfect. You can see something here. So which is get secure credentials. So which has two outputs, correct? The activity which you will be using, right? Super. Okay. So what actually we have to do now? So we have to like make some assert in the settings, and then we have to take a call on that. Okay. Let me do that. Okay. So previously we have used some asserts, right? ECME. Let me check here. Okay. So we have took this one right yesterday on yesterday. So we can keep this itself. Okay. The value. So don't remember the things which is in assert, like asset name. It should be kept in the value session. Okay. Don't forget this. Just go here. Just go this paste over here. Okay. Just perfect, right? Okay. So here in the name column, so what actually we are going to call inside the framework. So you can keep that one. So which is ACME. So credential maybe. So anything. Okay. So it's up to you. Okay. So I'll just make cred or credential. Okay. So it's up to you what actually you are planning to call inside the framework. Okay. That should be kept on the name. Okay, so this entire this works as a like a key value pair. So that's why we are just making in a this way, so that like it will be like configurable in future as well. Okay. So yep. So we have kept this one right. Perfect. So what actually we have to do? So we have just go here. Okay. Just close this one. Okay. Just save this. Once again, just go to the get credential page. Okay. So it will be you can see something called as import argument 3. Correct. You can see that there is no values, correct? No values. So what actually we have to do now? Hmm? So we have to pass some values so that we can get the output outside. So if you didn't watch our argument playlist, kindly go ahead and watch so that you'll be aware like how the direction works, what are the main things of out, what are the main things of indirection, so why it has been used, so those it will be clearly explained on our argument videos. So just go there and watch it once and come back here. Okay, so what I can do now, so let me create a variable. Okay, so why I was creating variable? So this particular argument value will be copied to the values. Okay, so what actually this one is username, correct? So control K, control K. and then password. Okay, perfect, right? Password. Just click on enter. Awesome. Sorry, I kept in the wrong place. Sorry, my bad. Instead of that, I will just change it as username. Sorry. Yeah, you can go now once again. Just click over here. Okay, so just come here in the output. Control K, password. This is the right place, right? Perfect. So these are two out. Okay, so we have to provide some input which is seen. So what actually we have to provide? The thing which you are configured in the config file. This is the thing. Okay. So how to call this? How to call this? So by the output, by the out of get init all settings, it will give an output. Okay. So because this is a particular get init all settings, will read the entire config file, right? So it should give some output, correct? So with the output which is out config is config. Okay. So what actually we have to do? Just go to the import argument. Okay. Just go here config of. Okay. Double quotes dot to string. What actually I was doing, you can able to see here, right? So just come here once again. So what actually this init all settings is doing? So it is reading the entire config file, correct? If I'm not wrong. So here you can see something called as the out config. The config file argument type is dictionary. Okay, this type is dictionary. So what actually? So if you are going to access the if you're going to access the entire sheet, okay, if you're going to access the entire sheet, okay, inside this get XAML flow, you can directly use the out argument, okay, and then you can start initializing what actually we needed. But here in this particular get app credential, I just need only this particular values, correct? Only this values, not the entire values which is in the config file. So during those ways, what you can do, you can just convert this as a string. Okay, how I done, right? So config dot. So what actually the name? ACM credential. Okay, perfect, right? So we have that, we have kept that one only, correct? ACM credential. So config of ACM credential dot to string. What actually it will do? It will go here and it will call this ACM credential so that we will get the asset name. Okay. So the asset name will be passed as the value. Okay. And then we will be getting the output. Let me explain this as well. Click on open workflow. Okay. So it will be getting a value, right? So in credentials. So in credential, which is nothing but let's expand this one. So as of now, you can see something here, right? But what are the equivalent value of this particular convention? This is the one, right? So we are like indirectly proposing this ACME cred value here, correct? So we are not hard coding our values, direct value here. We are indirectly proposing that this is the value of this particular name, okay? And we two string, since we are it is dictionary, we are converting it, okay, and then we are just passing this value so that what actually our activity will work. So in credential activity, so it will get those value and it will get the two arguments. So out username, out password, so that inside any of here, like you will be we need to use this particular username password in the init all app settings. So this is the place, right, where you are going to open our application. So that's why they have given this value in get credential as out, so that in other workflows we can start using that. So that's why the out direction has been used here. So I'll just remind one thing. So variables can be used inside a workflow, but arguments will help you to pass the value from the one workflow to out workflow with the help of directions. Okay, so perfect. Till now you have configured the grid credential. I will just help you to configure the kill activity, and then so in transaction we can check in the next videos. So let's go here. What are the application has been used here? Excel as well as Chrome, correct? So so we can make it as Excel and then Chrome. So how to find these things? So you can just simply Google, or else like what I can do. So you can just open any of the Excel application, right click, properties. In this way, you can find it out. Okay, in property you can find it out. Let me help you with any of one. I'm not sure whether I have, but let me check. We go to the Uipath. Okay, let I have here itself. Okay, right click, properties. Here you can see, right, something called as Excel. So here also you can confirm so what the name you have to provide, or else so or else you can get yeah. So this is the one way you can get here. So if it is something called as Excel, then you can directly go ahead and use that one. Okay. So just give me this Excel and Chrome. What are the application you are going to use here? Okay, just save this, and you can name it as App to Kill. The application which need to be killed. Okay, just click on save. Just copy this one. So we are going to use this particular naming convention. Correct? We are not going to directly use the values. So here you can see there is two kind of values. What actually we are going to use? We are going to use the array concept. So end of this particular RE framework, so you will be aware about all the concepts. We will be having touch with the all concepts. So what actually I will do now, just click on invoke workflow. Okay, what I can do, just make in app to kill. So this is the best practice. So if you're going to get some values inside, so you have to use as a in. Okay. So let me go here. Let me save this. Then go here. Okay, perfect. So what I will do, you do here config, open this one, double quotes, paste this value, dot to string. The same thing. So I need only this particular value in this kill XAML file, correct? So the kill XAML file will help you to clean up your environment, and it will help you your bot work with a good performance. So just click on OK. Just let's go here once again. So you got those values, like right? Okay. So what actually you have to do? You have to split it now. Since it has two values, you have to work on the two values. You no need to use two kill activities. That is not an efficient way, right? So what I will do here, let me create a control key variable app to kill. Okay, let me create here. So so you may be aware about string manipulation, right? How to do a step like a split operation. Split of what is the variable? So in argument. So what actually in argument will have this particular two values, correct? If I'm not wrong, this particular two values, correct? Comma. So using which operator you have to make it double quotes and then just indicate your separator. This is the separator, correct? Separator. Perfect. Okay, click on OK. So why you are getting error still? So this particular variable will have two values, correct? So what actually two values? Array of string. So only array of string can hold two values. Can make here change array of string. Click on OK. Perfect. Sorry. So what actually I will do for each. I will make a for each. Drag here. Use app to kill. Save here. Okay. So here you are going to use the kill activity which help to kill the process. Okay. Kill process. Okay. Inside the kill process, you have to provide the process name over here. Okay. So what is the process name? So the process name will be copied to this item, right? So here actually, so in this app to kill have two values. This will be copied to the item. So let me give here item. Okay, perfect. And then so why still we are getting error? So it type or the for each type argument is object, right? Just give dot to string. Okay. Perfect, right? So it may be our like till now what actually we have done. So we have used only get credential. So we have dragged and dropped those particular XAML file here, and then we have directly passed this particular name. So since it is a dictionary, so value, so it will be assigned to this particular name. Okay. So we have passed that particular value. So here what actually we have to do in kill activity. So in kill activity, just create an in argument so that we can get the value inside this XAML, right? So we what we have to do, we have to get the value, correct? So we have created in argument and we have initialized the value which is config app to kill dot to string. So which is a value. So so you can see something here, right? But what are the exact value here? It will be this one, correct? Excel column. Okay, so it is an indirect convention. Okay, so since it has a like key where value. Okay, so we are just mentioning the key only here, but inside this it will be calling only values. Okay, so just here you can see, so in argument, so since the particular key like the value which are used here, it has two values. What actually we are doing, we are just making a split. Okay, so in we using the comma separator, we are just splitting it, and we are making in storing it in a array of string, and then we are passing the value one by one. Okay, and using a single kill activity. The main thing, so you should not duplicate any activities. You have to make your code efficient, and then you have to work with the activity. You should not simply go ahead and hey, I have to. Two application need to be killed. I will use two kill activity. So that is not the right way. Okay. So yeah, so this is the thing. So we have configured get credentials and get app to kill. Okay. So next session we can just like just let me know like how what are the things you are facing difficult so that I can cover up those things also in next session. Okay. And in next session we are going to check about um, get init all app settings. Okay, so what actually it will do, so we are just going to call our like entire like browsers. Okay, so let me run this one. Okay, till app to kill we have done, right? So what actually it will do, it will chrome all the applications, chrome application and excel application. Let close this excel. Okay, this is a config file. Without reading this config file it will not work. Okay, for an example scenario, let me open a simple excel. It should show it should close the excel as well, right? Open an excel. Okay, just close this one. So we have developed only two things, correct? We are just going to run these two things. So one thing you can explicitly see, which is closing your application, excel application and chrome application. So get credential outputs we can see only in the init all settings application. Okay, because like we then only we will be directly using our values, correct? Okay, so save and debug. So now you can see your Chrome and your Excel application will be closed because of a kill XAML activity. Let bot got start running. Wait for a second. Started running. It will be killing your Excel application as well as the Chrome application now. Wait for a second. It will kill both applications now. So it is started process. You can see which is started. So once it is entered the kill XAML file, it will start killing everything. Initialization. So which means it is reading the config data now. Okay. So once it is entered the kill process, so you can see all the applications will be killed. Okay. So kill processes. Okay, it has killed, right? Chrome application as well as Excel application. You can see here, right? Let me stop here because till now only we have developed, we are not developed open applications. So in open applications, we can check with the next session. Okay. So I hope you have got so many things like how to use kill application activity as well as the like get app credentials, right? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Happy learning. Have a good day.